In 2006, Alana, Jaylo,
Yes?
I met this woman who seemed a little bit afraid of life.
Yeah.
We had a nice time at this party, and a couple months later, I heard that she went on a hike in Alaska, and she was afraid to go up this mountain.
Yeah.
So she hiked at the bottom of the mountain,
Yeah.
waiting for her friends and family, where she was viciously attacked by a bear and her cubs.
Okay, is this a true story?
Yes, she survived the attack, but she was very injured.
Okay.
And tonight we had pizza.
What?
What do you think of the pizza, babe?
Wait, I'm confused. Why are we talking about pizza after you told me about a tragic story about a girl that gets attacked by a bear and her cubs?
She was a woman.
A woman, I'm sorry, a woman. A woman, whether she's young or old.
Those cubs, as you call them, had dinner. And tonight we had supper.
No, but was there a reason why you told me that story besides dinner?
I wanted to see what your response was to the pizza we had tonight.
Well, first off, is that story true?
That story is true to the best of my knowledge.
Really?
Yes. I was not there when this woman got attacked. I only met her that one night at this small gathering. We talked for a couple hours, and I heard that a few months later she was attacked by bears.
Oh.
But that she survived.
Oh. Was she sighted?
Yes, she was.
Oh, man. That's horrible. Well, blind or
See them
sighted.
eating out the insides.
Oh, okay. Don't refer to Faces of Death or anything.
My God, that was one of the freakiest scenes from the first one.
Anyway, before we segue into morbid things, which I hope we don't.
Like the cub was just like, here, bear.
Okay,
never mind.
stop.
Go ahead.
That's disgusting. You make me not want to watch that show, and I never will.
I'm not trying to encourage you to view Faces of Death.
No, I have heard about it, and I would not want to see that. Anyway, I bought 2 medium pizzas. Mine happened to be the pepperoni and Italian sausage, and yours was?
Mine was green peppers and olives.
Yeah, how was it?
It was really good.
As was mine. I still have
the whole thing.
leftovers. Yeah. I was very, very tempted to eat the everything, but I'm like, well, I think I have some more to that I can save.
I've been told that it's a good idea to work on controlling yourself around food.
Yes.
Because it's such an easy thing to become addicted to. Mm-hmm. I've worked on that. I think I'm relatively good at that, considering being an American in 2020.
Yes.
Having said that, it felt great to devour that pizza, and was also a reminder that I still have some room to go.
You guys are like professional eaters. A lot of men are.
Oh, I remember being like 9 years old and I could like throw down an entire pizza by myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Even a piece of, chocolate cream pie, it's already a big piece. If I already have a big piece of pie, I'm not going to have another one. I mean, it's good stuff, but I'm like, do I really want to eat all that pie?
I knew this skinny girl who will remain nameless. She's a really cool person.
Okay.
But she probably doesn't want her name out there in the streets.
Do I know her?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, she was a nice person.
Probably
and I know
good.
her.
Okay.
And you don't know anybody. We don't have any similar friends who are women that are nice. I don't think.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do.
I'll take your word for it.
We do.
Good.
I would think that.
Oh, goodness. Okay. But this lady entered a pancake eating competition.
Oh, my goodness.
Super skinny, too.
Skinnier than me, even.
Skinnier than, maybe around your weight, a little bit more muscular.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, not by much, but,
a little more muscular than...
I think the way I understood it is...
A pancake eating contest? Wow.
It wasn't the tip, it was a competition, so the way it worked is the restaurant gives you like a big plate of pancakes, and I don't remember the number. And if you're able to finish them all, you get them free and your name on the wall.
That's what they have at steakhouses. Like, they'll give you like a 72-ounce steak.
Yeah.
And you have to eat everything on it, including the meat. And if you get it, if you eat all of it, then you get a prize or you get your name on the wall. I know someone who will not be named, who will be nameless. I'm sorry, excuse
And
me.
you interrupted my story, but keep going.
Well, I thought you were done with your story.
No.
Okay. Sorry. Go finish your story, and then I'll finish what I was going to say. Sorry.
Sometimes you gotta listen. She finished with 2 pancakes left, so she didn't.
Oh, wow.
She didn't win it, but she got very, very close.
Oh.
I believe she's still pretty skinny. I haven't seen her, but I've seen her do various things.
I heard that there's an art to being in eating competitions. Like, you really have to train your body just like you're training your body for the Olympics. That's what I hear.
That's what I've been told.
That's crazy. 2 pancakes. Wow.
Yeah.
And even I would think 2 pancakes is a lot, depending on how big the pancakes are.
Well, that's what she had left. That's what she didn't finish.
That's wow.
I don't remember what she did finish. I think it might have been like a dozen pancakes.
Was she also athletic in other things?
Yes, she's super athletic.
Wow. That's stamina, I guess.
That's sweet.
Talent, stamina, whatever you call it.
Whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say. Okay, so would you mind if I finish my story?
I would, but go ahead anyway.
Oh, thank you.
No, go tell the people.
Okay. Now, where did I leave off?
You knew somebody, steakhouse.
Oh, right. So, this, I knew someone who I went to a steakhouse with. It was me and a few friends of ours. He finished, like, I believe it was like a 72 ounce. I can't remember how many ounces it was. I have to think about that. This was like, of course, 5 years ago. And this particular steakhouse is no longer, is only catering, is no longer having the public eat there. So they're just a catering chain, and they also do like private parties. Anyway.
They were like that before COVID.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, they closed down to the public like around 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. And it was sad because it was a really, really good steakhouse. Anyway, so he did finish everything. And he was recognized, they recognized him by giving him a shirt that said that he pretty much finished off the whole steak thing. And
Pretty
I was
much.
like, wow. No, he finished everything. I was there.
Okay.
I was there. Our friend was shouting one more, one more bite, and it was quite entertaining, I will say.
Good.
But that's the only person I knew that won a steakhouse contest.
That's awesome, Jaylo.
Right. You don't sound too enthusiastic.
Well, I had a interesting experience today. I was very excited this morning. Last week, Ken Burns announced that in participation with PBS, that a documentary film channel was going to be launched on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
And I can't find it. I've been doing searches for PBS. I've typed in documentary. I typed in Ken Burns. I cannot locate this channel.
Do they give you notifications?
No, unfortunately, Amazon is a little bit weird about getting the full lineup of channels that they have. So that really upset me today.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because of that, I think I had the worst day out of both of us.
I don't know if you had the worst day.
sleep
There's a couple of disappointments that some couldn't be helped and
What
others
happened?
of it. Well, so I got some new furniture today, which is really good. But the disappointing part is that I can't sleep on the bed because of the bed frame.
I helped you with that.
Yes, I know. But I'm telling the
Yeah, I know,
anyone
babe.
who-
I know.
I'm telling whoever's watching this. So Rick tries to help me put the bed frame together, and it's all metal, and we're able to put the sides together beautifully, I must say.
Thank you.
But the middle part is a challenge because it's kind of at a perpendicular angle.
It's parallel.
Parallel? I'm sorry, parallel.
And it has this little hole on the top.
It's like horizontal.
What?
It's in a horizontal. It's facing horizontally. Is that correct?
I thought it was parallel.
It's horizontal.
Okay.
Horizontal is different than parallel.
I thought it was parallel to the other two sides.
It probably was, yes.
But so you just corrected me for no reason.
Go on.
Oh, this is one of those days.
I'm talking about the way it was set up, but never mind, go on.
Okay. So the middle part has these two holes. I'm assuming some type of drill piece.
Right.
Or clamp goes into them.
Yeah.
But we didn't get one with a thing.
Yeah.
And even if we did, I can't find a spot where to connect them with the side parts.
Yeah, I felt that too, and I couldn't figure it out just as much as you couldn't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very disappointing.
I was sad, Jaylo.
Yeah. Well, and there's another little disappointment is that the kitchen chairs were great. I was very happy that I have kitchen chairs. The only thing is they're short. They're lower to the ground, and I was, and I mean, of course, I would not have known if they were tall or short.
There are women being eaten by bears right now, but Alana does have problems with her chairs. So
that's just a small fraction of, it's I don't care so much about that as much as I care about the not being able to sleep on the bed.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the chairs. I mean, I could get more. I could figure something out. I could eat in the kitchen. I could eat on the other side of the counter where the other end isn't so high. I mean, there's ways to go about it.
Yes, babe.
Really, there is. Yes.
What have you been thinking of the radio station I played for you earlier today, BBC Six Music?
I've heard it before.
Because I've played it for you before.
Yes.
What are you starting to think about it?
It's really interesting. I mean, there was one song that was a remake of a Stevie Wonder song. I think it's called A Place in the Sun, or There's a Place in the Sun. And it was so cool. It was reggae-ish, and a woman was singing it, and it was really, really cool, actually. And there's just some weird off-the-wall stuff.
I've been listening to that station a lot during quarantine.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
And really, really enjoying it.
It's a good station.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
You can kind of zone out to stuff that you are not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It's good to have around the house when you're cleaning up or putting together bed frames or failing at that task.
Some of it is really weird.
Yeah.
Because I think there was one song I'm like, I don't know if I like this song. I don't know if it's the voice. I don't know if it's the whatever it was. I don't know.
But it's better than most commercial radio stations.
I told you I don't really care. I don't really mind it. I don't mind it as much as you do. Because I grew up listening to a lot of radio.
It doesn't mind you the restrictions on playlists, though?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I like it. If I can get music from whatever station, I don't care. That's how I feel about it. I mean, I listened to a lot of radio when I was a kid.
I did too.
I mean, I would go into my mom's bedroom and listen to her little radio because that's where the music, that's where she had her music. If I couldn't access the stereo, because the stereo, when we had a stereo, it would just you could play that thing and it would permeate throughout the house.
I did get more into radio during my high school years.
I was into it even before then.
I know you were, babe.
Yes, I was.
Yes. My sister really liked the radio.
Yeah.
I just feel that outside of the commercials, there's just too many restrictions on the playlists. So you don't get a wide variety of music.
Oh, okay. So I actually do agree with you on that, about the playlist, now that I think about it, because I didn't understand what you were saying the first time. The playlist, yes, if there's a playlist that's being played over and over and over again and they don't switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't switch, they don't have a variety. Yes, I have a problem with that, for sure. I do. I don't mind so much commercials, but I do mind the repetitive playlists.
The great thing in these days, I don't have to listen to commercial radio.
Yeah.
That's what
But there is a
like
station that...
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.
But there is a station that I listen to that has a variety of stuff on their playlist, and they don't repeat. a lot of the stuff.
Oh, was that Christian one you were telling me about?
Oh, you sound a little bit annoyed.
The one out of like Australia or South America or something?
It's in New Zealand.
New Zealand? That's a Christian one. You're like, oh, you join into this station, okay? And then I put it on and like, this almost sounds like they're talking about Jesus.
I told you what it was. I never kept it a secret. I told you what it was.
Okay.
But you just didn't pay attention.
Uh-oh.
I like it. I like it because there's a lot of old stuff that I remember and stuff that I didn't even know about because it was from New Zealand.
I'm curious about something.
Uh-oh.
That's going to seem a little bit off topic, but follow me.
Right.
You're a Christian.
Okay, what does that
and
do with?
I still love you.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, you grew up in the church. And in Hawaii, I'm wondering, what is Christian music radio like? I know they used to have this really cool Christian punk station that I used to tune into sometimes, even though I am not a Christian.
I find that very odd that you listen to that.
But the radio in Hawaii sucks, though. And
well,
this was before the internet.
hold on. So I did like the station called KAIM, and this was back when Christian music was better. And I say better. Now, not everything now is bad, but the reason why I say it was better is because a lot of the stuff right now is kind of watered down and doesn't really get to the crux of everything. And a lot of the stuff on that New Zealand station is stuff that I remember my grandparents listening to, and I liked it. But I didn't listen to Christian punk stations.
I think it was called something like DFX. And I don't know if they were part of a syndicated radio network, like a Christian thing, but they said broadcasting out of like Salt Lake City, Utah. And to put this into proper perspective, this is the early 2000s.
It could have been a Mormon rock station.
It may have been, because I don't really care about the differences between Christians and Mormons.
Oh, there's big differences, but we don't have to talk about that.
I'm sure there is, babe.
Yes, there is.
But this was before like internet radio was really a thing. So they were broadcasting out of Hawaii, even though they would refer to Salt Lake City a lot.
Oh wow. That doesn't make them Christian if they're out of Salt Lake City. That could have been...
know, but they said they would play these Christian punk songs.
Okay.
So if you would listen to them, because you know how I'm a lyric guy.
Yes.
They'd always refer to like Jesus and God, and also during the breaks where they would do their station identification, they would quote the Bible.
Oh, okay. So that was true then. Okay. No, I didn't listen to Christian rock stuff. I mean, there's more of it now, but I don't listen to... I'm really picky about it, I guess. I'm really picky about that. Some of it is good, some of it isn't so good.
I remember when I was taking classes at Benson High School, there's this other student there who is a really nice guy. And he told me about this thing called Tom Fest out in Eugene, I want to say. It's like the Other Music Fest.
Right.
Other
Music Fest?
I think that's what it stands for. I don't know if they're still going on. Probably not this year, but they were like a Christian metal music festival that happened in August.
That just seems so odd. Like, I've heard it also called Heaven's Metal, which I think is really weird. I knew a guy I went to high school with, and I think as he got older, or even before that, when he was in school with me, he was into that, and I thought that was kind of strange.
It's not the type of music I would listen to all the time.
I wouldn't listen to it. I don't like metal I don't like any kind of metal music at all. I don't.
But having said that, it does sound kind of like compelling once in a while. I'll throw in some Christian metal.
It's weird. I would not listen to it.
Don't worry, I'm not going to get all conservative or preach the Bible to you.
You never know. I'm just saying, if anything, I should be doing that.
You should be doing what? Let me preach the Bible to you?
No,
or is it the book of Rick that was cut out of the...
No, I said I should be doing that, not you.
Oh, you should be doing what?
Exactly what you said you weren't going to do.
Well, I'll give you the book of Rick. You could read to me out of that.
There is no book of Rick. It's not written yet.
It was cut out of the New Testament.
That's the world according to Rick.
Yeah.
Okay, was that written before Revelation or after?
A little bit after.
Uh-huh.
It was written like a year ago.
Really?
Yes. But you know how God is with his time travel, so he sent it back in time, and they rejected it.
Time travels?
Yeah, God's...
You've been watching too many sci-fi stuff.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He doesn't time travel.
Sounds like somebody's a little bit faster today. Well, wait a second. So you don't think God could time travel?
No.
Really?
No.
Let's explore this. Why not?
Oh. What? No. Why would you think he would time travel?
For the fun of it. I think it would be really cool to time travel.
I don't think it's possible for anyone to time travel, really. I mean, it would be cool, but
I don't know. I lean towards no, but
and I think he's focused on the present. I don't think he's focused on the past.
right. I don't necessarily believe in time travel. Having said that, I love it as a concept in sci-fi.
It would be really cool to time travel. And a lot of people ask the question, well, if you were to go back in time and change something, would you do it? I personally would say no.
Oh, I'd be like, hell yes.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I would definitely do that.
And you know why I wouldn't do it?
Because it would affect the future. And
Yes, it would. It would affect the future dramatically. I think only one little change can affect your entire future.
There is the idea about parallel universes. And one concept in sci-fi, and I know it's not reality, that's why the phi stands for fiction,
Phi, yes.
is that if somebody travels back in time, and let's say they kill their mother before they met the father, right? Okay. And so you say, well, how could that person do that? Because they traveled back in time, and it's this paradox.
Yeah.
Some sci-fi writers have come up with the conclusion that when you do something like that, it creates a divergence. So that now there are two realities when there was this one. So now there's the reality where you were never born, but it doesn't affect the reality where you were born and where you did exist. So after you kill your mother, a new reality is started from that point. Before that point, it's just one reality, and then it goes off into two different paths. If that makes any sense.
No, I think you lost me.
Okay.
You've been watching too much sci-fi.
Do you want me to try again, or do you want to move on?
You can try and explain it one more time. I just don't understand that concept.
Okay, let's say I go back in time and accidentally kill my mom, and I do it when she's a kid before she meets my dad.
Right.
Okay, up until that point, we just had one timeline. But because I went back in time and I did something that prevents my birth, I can't do that. But I clearly did do that. So now we have from that point on, we have two parallel timelines. One where I was born, and one where I didn't exist because my mom died before I was born.
Oh, wow.
If that makes any sense.
I guess.
You're not into the whole time travel thing.
Not like that.
Okay.
No. I think it's fun to think about, but I don't think I want to do that.
I don't want to do that per se, but if I had a chance to go back in history and change some things, I would.
I still think that whatever you change in the past could affect your entire future.
Yeah, it's gonna affect that, but you gotta have some fun in life, babe.
Right.
You gotta live it up.
How could you live it up?
Well, for one thing, let's say I went back to when I was 15. I would save every penny I had and invest it in, save it for 5-6 years. And then when Google hits the stock market, invest all my money in Google. Right?
I don't know.
I'd do stuff like that. And I'd also correct mistakes and, be nice to people and kiss babies more often and that type
Kiss
of thing.
babies.
Yeah.
Kiss baby.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Kiss baby.
Somebody was mad at the recorder. Okay.
I wasn't mad at the recorder.
Uh-oh. Jaylo.
Yes.
We watched an episode of Deep Space Nine tonight.
Yes, we did.
What did you think of it?
That was very interesting.
See, that's not necessarily an episode that is near the top of my favorites, but I thought because you were a little upset that you might enjoy it.
I did like it. I thought it was very interesting about how the program in the programs in the Holosuite kind of took over the show.
Do you want to give the premise of the episode?
If I can.
Go ahead.
So it's mainly about Garrick and Dr. Bashir, and they go into this Holosuite program, and was it that he becomes kind of like James Bond in the first one? right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
holosuite program is basically. Oh, excuse me. I have bad indigestion, which is why I'm always clearing my throat on this. But that's a story for another time. The holosuite program that Julian goes into is basically like a James Bond ripoff.
Right.
And Garrick goes into the program without asking Bashir if it's okay.
Right. Right, yes. And so all the people that you would see on DS9, like Worf and Captain Sisko, and Miles O'Brien, right?
But why are they in there?
No, the people that are in the program are taking on the forms of O'Brien, Captain Sisko, and Worf and Kira.
But why are they doing that?
I cannot remember at the moment.
Okay. There is
Can you explain it?
this Cardassian terrorist group called the True Way. They planted something in the warp core, and Kira, Dax, O'Brien, Captain Sisko, and Worf were taking a shuttlecraft back to the station after a mission. The warp core starts to go crazy. They transport them out, and they barely catch their signals, and they have to save their signal patterns. So they put their signal patterns into the computer, and the computer takes the characters that are in the holosuite and gives them the images of the crew that were lost in the transporter buffer.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And Bashir knows that if he ends the program, there's a very good chance that his 5 friends will die.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember that.
Which is why there's this big conflict, because Garrick keeps telling him, hey, listen, dude, you might have to kill somebody. And then later on, he tries to end the program before Bashir shoots him.
Right. Yes.
What did you think, babe?
I thought it was really interesting. It's kind of, you kind of see the conflict with Bashir and Garrick, and you don't really see them a lot together, really.
They're together a fair amount.
I mean, well, okay, I take that back. They are, but this is the first time I ever seen a conflict with the both of them.
Yeah, they're usually sparring, but it's more in a friendly way.
Right, and this time they were really sparring. And yeah, it was interesting to see them together like that.
In a way, it reminded me of Hollow Pursuits from The Next Generation, the one with Lieutenant Barclay.
Oh yeah, Broccoli.
Yes.
Lieutenant Broccoli.
That's one of my favorite TNG episodes.
And in real life, he's like very timid and nervous.
But in the holodeck, he's this man about town, basically.
Yep.
And he has hollow images that are based off of the Enterprise crew.
Right. Yeah, like they're like some of them are fighting and all of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of interesting.
I like that better more than this episode of DS9.
Yeah.
But this episode has some fun stuff in it.
It does. I mean, the woman who was supposed to be Major Kira was speaking in a Russian accent, and Lieutenant Dax supposedly was missing, but her name was Honey Bear.
Yes.
Professor Honey Bear. And she wasn't a bear.
When we get done with this.
Yes.
And consuming ice cream.
Yes.
I would like to show you an episode of DS9 that has to do with religion. Before we move more into the humor portion of our evening with some Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think of how DS9 handles religion now that you've had a chance to watch more episodes?
I think all I can say about that is they really make you think about stuff. Things that, in other, I would imagine other forms of Star Trek you wouldn't be thinking about, or you haven't really really thought about until you watched Deep Space Nine.
Because for the most part, Star Trek shies away from religion.
Yes, they do.
They'll mention it here and there, but it's not as prominent as it is on DS9 anywhere else in the Trek universe.
Right.
That I can think of.
Yep.
Yes. It's good stuff, babe.
It is.
Yes. I am looking forward to our movie nights this week.
Yes.
And I found out something
Yes.
that we might want to discuss here.
What?
That I was saving.
Okay.
So, we're also planning to do a Jimmy Stewart / Alfred Hitchcock weekend the following weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I found out that they actually collaborated on 4 films together, not 2. And
Really?
I know film fans are going to be like, ooh, fucking should have known that, bro. But I forgot. I'm human.
Who would say that?
I would say that if I was listening to this.
So nobody would say that except for you.
Yes,
Correct?
but I'm a film fan, and if somebody was like, did you know that Jason Mewes and Kevin
And
Smith...
you would have been like, ah.
If somebody said to me, did you know that Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith made more than one film together, I'd be like, you should have known that earlier, bro. But the films they made together were, and this is in no order, Rear Window, which we've seen,
Yep.
Vertigo,
Yep.
which is already on our list,
Mm-hmm.
The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Rope.
Rope.
Now, our initial plan, and we can stick to it, but I'm just offering you an alternative view, was we start with Stewart and we segue into Hitchcock. So we start with Philadelphia Story. We go into Vertigo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following night, we do North by Northwest with Cary Grant.
That's To Catch a Thief.
No, he's in 2.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
And he's also in Philadelphia Story.
Okay.
And then we follow up North by Northwest with To Catch a Thief.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still want to go that route? Or, I can tell you're fascinated.
Sorry, I was just yawning.
Or do we want to start with Philadelphia Story, Rope, then go into The Man Who Knew Too Little, and Vertigo? What are your thoughts?
I don't really care either way. I mean, I don't know any of these movies.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. I mean, what is Rope about?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh.
And with Hitchcock films, I try to go into them with a pretty open mind by not knowing the full story before I see them.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Is it something we should maybe bring up again next week?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited to do that with you, Jaylo.
Yes.
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 How are you feeling now that you've had a chance to express some disappointment?
I guess I need some time to kind of sleep it off. I mean, the bed was kind of a disappointment, and the chairs were, I mean, I guess I can get around the chairs, but I am glad, once everything is situated, I actually have a couch and an end table and a nightstand. So I'm happy. I really am. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy.
Yes.
And I could always, get more chairs too.
Correct. Or some bar stools.
Or some bar stools, yes.
Do we want to have the Illuminati discussion, or should we save that for another time?
We can save it for another time. I'm not sure where that would fit in this discussion, though.
It's kind of fun just to throw things around.
I think we can save it for the next one.
Okay.
The next time, or maybe the podcast after that one.
Yes. Because you don't need to hear another Katy Perry rant from me today.
No, I heard enough of that.
You've heard enough of me talk about Katy Perry.
We don't need to talk about how you got dissed and...
I had a personal incident involving Katy Perry.
And we don't need to go
This
in
isn't me hearing one of her songs. This is me actually having an incident. But that is a story for another time.
A story for another time, yes.
And you are tired of hearing that. Even if I'm not tired of hearing it.
Right. I've heard it enough. I could probably repeat it back.
I already know that story, okay? Getting another conflict with her, okay?
Oh my goodness.
We'll leave that. It will be a surprise for a later day.
Yes.
Assuming I survive.
Oh my goodness.
Now, we should say that you have been authorized to have first access to my corpse in case I don't survive.
No. I'm gonna let your corpse rot.
Ooh.
I'm gonna let your corpse rot.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm gonna have them do what they want with as far as burying you or cremating you or whatever.
Use me as a pinata at kids' parties.
A pinata.
Run me out. Or it could be like Weekend at Bernie's.
Get a hold of some taxidermists and.
I could be in the remake of Weekend at Bernie's.
Wow. I heard that there are some people that are like really addicted to taxidermy, which I think is really weird.
That is.
I don't even know what's involved in that. It sounds really gross.
It does.
Yeah.
Alana, I can tell that you're tired.
A little bit, yeah.
And you're upset, which means it's probably time for you to let your hair down, make out with me.
I think we should watch something before we eat ice cream. How's that?
Okay, let your hair down, make out with me, watch an episode of DS9. Then we're going to eat some ice cream and watch some Fresh Prince. And you're going to make out with me during Fresh Prince. Before the makeout starts, are there any dreams or readings you would like to discuss before we...
Readings?
Yeah, things you've read this week or quotes that stick out to you. Or maybe you want me to read from the Book of Rick.
There is no Book of Rick.
So says you. Keep going.
So says me. You have to write it first.
Okay, what else? Go ahead.
I don't have any quotes right now. My mind is kind of, I'm a little bit, I can't really think straight right now because I haven't had a lot of sleep for, at least a good adequate amount of sleep for about a couple days. So I'm a little bit out of it this afternoon.
That makes sense.
And as you can hear in my voice, I'm not as cheery as I usually am.
No.
Yeah.
There's something up with my throat. I think some frogs moved into it, which is why there's been the coughing and the clearing of the throat. Also,
I actually didn't notice that.
Thank you. You will when you listen back to this.
Okay.
Last night, I made the mistake of listening to Dan Carlin before going to bed.
Yeah, I think you told me about that.
I love Dan Carlin, but he's a little bit too stimulating before bedtime.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
I know.
I try not to do that. I mean, if anything, if I'm going to bed, I'll listen to some music that I know will relax me. But
yeah, Joe Rogan's worse because if I start listening to a good episode,
you gotta be up for the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I gotta be up for the whole thing. I gotta get in my groove.
Oh yeah.
It activates my creativity, which is good on one level, but in another level, when I'm in that creative mode, it's very easy for me to lose track of time. But Carlin kept me up until around 12:30.
Really?
And then I tried to lower the energy level by listening to a podcast about Windows. Unfortunately, they started talking about antitrust suits, and you know how I am with antitrust suits. Well, I didn't get to bed until after 2. I get up around 6, do a little bit of cleaning, start my walk over here, and realize that I forgot the charger for my phone.
Yeah.
I didn't get here until 8:02.
That was fine with me. I knew that you were gonna get here between 7:30 and 8, so it didn't bother me.
You sound very tired.
I do, yeah.
Let's tee some stuff for next time.
Okay.
Next time we will talk about the films that we're watching this week. And we have already discussed which ones we will be watching.
Right.
But we may have a reaction, or we may talk about some television we watch between now and then. I will also give you my thoughts on the film His Girl Friday, because I watched that the other day. And if you were more awake, I'd share my thoughts right now.
Right. Well, and don't forget, we have to talk about the most important thing.
My sex life.
No.
And
No.
what?
Personal life aside.
What? What's the most important thing?
Think about it. On Saturday?
Our relationship will be another year older.
Yep. It'll be officially 2 years.
That's correct, ma'am.
2 years.
Yep.
Yes. And I'm sure we'll be talking quite a bit about that. And the things that we learn, the things that we want to learn, things that we're working on. I'm just throwing out suggestions.
My attempts to save Alana's soul and all that good stuff.
I'm not too tired to do this.
Oh, you're tickling me. Oh,
Yes, I am.
Oh, I think somebody needs a kiss. Okay, come on, kiss me.
Okay.
Alana, Jaylo.
Yes.
We have anything else to say?
No.
All right, y'all. Keep it safe. God bless.
Keep it real.
Keep it real. We're going to watch DS9, make out during it, have some ice cream, chocolate, of course, do some more making out, watch Fresh Prince, and then who knows what else will happen, but I'm not allowed to talk about certain things.
No.
All All right, I gotta go.
Until next time.
Until next time.